Hey guys, what's up? Dominic Abassi here for the British Columbia Football Conference, and while we're trying out a first, I think we're blowing everyone's mind with this technology here. I've got Dexter Shea from the Vancouver Island Raiders with me on the video chat, and we've got Kent Hicks here from the West Shore Rebels having a little trouble with the video for Kent, but he can hear us and he can talk to us. So we'll have a chat with these two 22-year-olds who are going to go head-to-head in what will be their final career football game for one of them in the BC final, the Cullen Cup on Saturday in West Shore. And Kent, let's start with you. Your team is just on fire right now. This incredible winning streak. What's the atmosphere like with your group and with the coaching staff and the vibe you guys are feeling right now?
We're prepped. We're ready, and everybody's excited. Everybody's excited. We got a lot of new faces to the team. A lot of guys that have been put in this type of situation before, and we feel that we're ready.
Dexter, that win last weekend for you guys in Okanagan, a lot of people were calling it an upset and a shocker. The Raiders go into the Apple Bowl and pull off a win against a team they maybe weren't supposed to beat. Was that how you guys felt about it?
No, that's outside noise. We expect to win every game, especially going and playing them a playoff game. Fully expect it.
Kent, for your group right now, and the way that Charlie has you guys going, how important is swagger and emotion to what you guys are doing?
That's just how we play. We play with a lot of swagger. People couldn't handle that at the beginning of the season. That's just how we are. You get a bunch of guys like how West Shore is together, and that's just the way our attitude is.
Dexter, is this the best football the Raiders have played all season right now? What you're seeing from your group?
To this point, yeah, for sure. I mean, we're peaking, we're getting there, but it's definitely not the best we can play.
Now, Ken, I want to ask you, because you're fairly new to the scene here in BC, but you've been around it now for a couple of seasons. This Raiders-Rebels rivalry, from the West Shore perspective and from your perspective, what does it mean? What's it like, this sort of island rivalry?
Oh, it's big. It's big for football on the island, period. Having two powerhouse teams in the final like this just shows the quality of football that we have out here. And you got two teams that have the similar swagger, and they're about to butt heads. And everybody knows about this rivalry. Everybody knows it's a big thing from history. And now we got to keep hitting it head on.
Dexter, what about you guys? I mean, and you've been around it longer, and even being a Nanaimo product as well, I'm sure you're well attuned to the Nanaimo-Victoria football rivalry. What does it mean for you? What does it mean for the Raiders?
I mean, like you said, it's always a big game. Like, no matter what the team's record is going in, each team's bringing their best. We're playing with a lot of heat, a lot of energy, man. Doesn't matter, it adds to it now that it's in the final. It's a special one, that's for sure.
Dexter, what about playing in West Hill Stadium? I know that the Raiders fans travel pretty well down there as well, but that's going to be hostile territory on Saturday. We've seen it get real hostile in the past as well. What do you expect, and how do you feel about the venue for Saturday's game?
As long as everyone keeps their coffee to themselves, we got no issues playing there.
Cold coffee, right? As long as we keep that cold coffee to ourselves, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Iced coffee is just as delicious as the hot stuff.
Okay, we'll indulge after the game. During the game, we'll keep it to some Gato.
Definitely.
Kent, I mean, when you talk about lining up against an offensive lineman, what are some of the things that go through your head? I mean, are you one of these guys that's trying to make friends and get under their skin that way? Or are you a nasty trash talker? What do you do out there?
I'm a nasty trash talker. I'm definitely. I know every team knows that I'm one of those guys that will push the buttons of people and push what most people don't like to be pushed. But that's just kind of how I play. I play around that type of way, and teams kind of feed off it. I can see other teams get excited about when they hear me speaking. But you know what? My team gets going too, and that's just kind of how I carry myself. So,
Dexter, is that about accurate or what?
Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, I could see the rest of the Rebels feeding off them. they're chippy. They always got something to say.
I mean, that's something we've heard all year. The Rebels are chippy. They're undisciplined. They take a lot of penalties. And Kent, I'll get to you on this, but Dexter, what's the conversation outside of the Rebels locker room about that?
I mean, I know for us, like I said, we're kind of in our own bubble. We're sticking to ourselves, but yeah, that's kind of word around the street, right? Like when we finished up with Oki, we going through the handshake, we had a couple guys say like, go take it to them, and that's because like we said, they're that chippy.
Kent, I mean, what do you guys say to that? That's the talk about you guys is you take too many penalties. It's an undisciplined group. That's the buzz. What do you say?
Hey, you know what? We've just kind of taken it. Like every team's gonna want to say what they want to say about us. In the end of it, we're on a 10-game win streak. And honestly, if that's what everybody wants to hang their heads on or put that point of we're undisciplined, look at the last 3 weeks. Tell us how disciplined we were. That's all I got to say to it.
Kent and Dexter, I want to do a little quick round of some word association with you guys here. I thought this might be a little fun. So we'll start with Kent. And it doesn't have to be one word, but just give me real quick sort of what pops into your head when I say this to you. Let's start it here. West Shore Rebels.
On top.
Vancouver Island Raiders.
Going down.
West Hill Stadium.
Best place to play in Canada.
Caledonia Park.
Hey, hard to win.
Charlie Cardillicchia.
Different type of coach, but he's on the way.
Okay. Dexter, what about you? Let's start things out. What about Doug Hawking?
Leader.
The VI Raiders.
Winners.
The West Shore Rebels.
Could I say losers?
You can. I mean, that's up to you. The BC Championship.
A step.
Interesting. Okay, guys. I think we'll ask one more question here and let you guys get off to practice and your preparation. Kent, we'll start with you. Why are you guys going to win on Saturday?
We feel that we've put in the work that we need to. We feel that teams underestimated us throughout the season, thought we were really nothing. And every other game on top of that, we came on top. So I just feel, you know what? We got this.
Dexter, why are the Raiders going to win on Saturday?
Hard work, man. We prepare for it. Not to say that other teams aren't working hard, but we've got the talent and the pieces in all the right places. We got the coaches, the players, the will, the want, and the work.
Guys, I really appreciate you doing this, taking the time, staying civil. I appreciate that as well. Feel free to have a word for each other here if you'd like before we wrap up.
Hey, catch you on the flip side, my homie.
That's right. Too bad we aren't on the field at the same time.
I feel you. Well, sometimes punt team, right?
No
All right.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Dexter Shea, Kent Hicks from the VI Raiders and the West Shore Rebels. Guys, thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it. And for all you fans out there, you know where to be. BCFCTV.com, powered by RE/MAX. Kickoff 7 o'clock. The Cullen Cup Championship, the Island Rivalry. It's going to be fantastic. Make sure you're there or you're watching on Saturday night. For the BCFC, I'm Dominic Abassi.